Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody's doing well. As you can see, I have this pile of napkins. This is one of each one of the napkins that I own, and we are going to do a project with these napkins. And what we're going to do is make them into simple paper gift bags like these cute little guys. Look at these. There's some little ones that I made. These little ones, this medium-sized one, and these I think gotta be my favorite. I just think they're so cute. And a big tall one and a big wide one. So with these napkins you can make these bags, these gift bags, which you can use for gifts in all shapes and sizes. And you're probably wondering, how can you use a napkin to make it into a bag? How's it going to be sturdy enough? Well, I've got the secret ingredient here, and I will show it to you. You may have already caught on to this already, but what we're going to be using is freezer paper. That's right, freezer paper that is plastic coated. So what we're going to do is we're going to fuse the napkins onto the freezer paper. And I've done this already. Well, as you can see, I've done this already, and it's really, really fun. It's really relaxing, and it's really easy. So I got this idea from a lady called Valeria at Chasing Paper. She did this procedure, and she made some really cute ephemera. And I'm going to link her video down below so that you can take a look at it and see what other good things that you can make. I'm going to keep it simple and just show you the technique of adhering the napkin to the freezer paper and making it into a simple bag that you can use as a gift bag. Keep in mind that you can use these papers for anything in your journals, your junk journals, your scrapbooks, whatever paper project that you might be doing, you can use these for, and it's really neat. So I'll show you. First of all, let's pick out a napkin. We have several really cute ones here, but I think what I'm going to do is use this one because it's small and my space is limited right here. So I will put these aside and show you what to do. First thing we need to do, of course, is to remove the whites from our napkin. I have, as you can see, a towel laid down on my table, and I'll show you why. Because, let's see, peel off one layer. This one might just have one layer. You want to make sure you do this because otherwise the chances are of it peeling off the freezer paper is more likely. I do believe this is just one layer, but let me just check. Yep, that's it. This is it. I do believe. So we've got our top layer of napkin. As far as the whites go, we can put it aside, and because later we can make this into faux rice paper, which is very cool. Next thing we're going to do is take a piece of freezer paper. Oh, first thing we do is probably take our iron. I've got my trusty iron here, and I am going to turn it on so it is ready. Put it on all the way high to linen. If your setting goes to, mine goes to linen. 7 is, I believe, the linen setting, and it's the hottest one. You don't want any steam, so just have it on hot with no steam. Get a slice of freezer paper that is a little bit bigger than your napkin. So, ooh, that was loud. Sorry about that. So there, as we can see, it's curling up, but that won't be a problem in a minute. Then you want to take a piece of parchment baking paper. Doesn't have to be this brand, it can be any brand. to use to protect your iron from getting the plastic onto it. So I already have a sheet torn. I was doing this before. And you lay it over and you just simply start ironing. Like so. And you want to make sure that you get all your corners really good. I'm not sure if this iron is quite hot enough yet. It doesn't seem to be quite hot enough. Let's see. Nope, it's not hot enough. Is it plugged in? It's not even plugged in. Let's plug it in. Okay, so I think it does help to plug it in because otherwise it does us no good. So I had plugged it in and turned it on and let it heat up for a minute, and now I'm going to proceed. So again, just keep your parchment paper across all the plastic paper so that you don't get any on your iron. And just start to iron. Keep your iron moving so nothing gets burned. And then just go over it a bunch of times until it's nice and adhered. If your napkin and freezer paper are bigger than your parchment paper, just do it in sections. You know, just like if it's so big, you move it up and you do part of it like this, and then you move your parchment down and you do part of it like this, because some napkins, most napkins are actually a lot bigger than this. So this is a small demonstration. So let's take a look at what we've got so far. Let it cool just a little. Look at how nice and flat and smooth that is. But you see how on the edges of the napkin, it's got those, I don't know if you can see, but they're like, it's like textured so that the napkin can stay together with its parts, with its backing pieces and stuff. Some of that might start to peel off on some of the, see, it looks like it's held down pretty good. So I'm going to just go over it one more time just to be extra safe. Check, and then just check to see if your edges or corners are peeling up. Like I said, some of the thicker ones, some of the thicker napkins might want to peel up if you start to really pick at it, but just don't pick at it. If you're going to use it for something that is just an ordinary craft, if you really want to keep it preserved, by all means you could cover it with like a layer of Mod Podge, which would actually be really, really nice. So there, that is what we do with that. It is on there pretty good and it's not going anywhere. So I'm going to turn off the iron and I'm going to trim off the excess, and I will show you how to make it into a little gift bag. Again, don't think that you have to just make gift bags. This is just one idea that I had, and I thought it would be simple and easy, something that just about anybody can do without a whole lot of need to feel creative, because you're simply making the bag, and until you go ahead and start embellishing it and decorating it and stuff, you don't have to really give it a whole lot of thought, because it's that easy. And I'll show you just how to do it after we cut off these edges. So there, now we have our napkin adhered to our paper, and it's just like regular paper. Listen to that crinkle. Isn't that satisfying? And this napkin is simply not going anywhere. It is on there. It has now become a piece of paper, and I just think that is really, really cool. And we're going to make it into a bag. So let's see. Let me show you one of these others. The way I've got it is I folded it in thirds and then glued it and made a flap. So this is how we do that. I like to overlap the back just a little. I think I'll cover over some of that writing and make it about, make the design of the napkin as centered as possible. And then just sort of press down. Is that in screen? Good. It looks a little bit crooked. Let me see if I can fix it. Just a little tiny bit. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I just wanted to try to make it straight. So there. I think actually what I'm going to do is make this into 2 small bags instead of 1 tall, narrow bag. So a lot of times with these little square napkins, that's the way to go, at least for me. So I see that there's a little bit of a border here. Look at that, that's beautiful. And so I'm going to make that be the top of the bag. And because we're going to be making a flap at the bottom to fold up like that. So that's how that's going to look. Is that right? Is that straight? It's about as straight as it can be. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue this flap down. We're going to glue this flap up, but since it's doubled over, we don't need all of this. So as you guessed, we're going to open it up and we're going to cut off these edges. Cut off these edges here and here. I'll show you. So all of this and all of this can go, as well as a little bit of an angle on this middle flap. So let's cut those off. There, that's how we want it. And these little strips you can either throw away or you can use them in collaging or something like that. So whatever you want to do. So next thing I'll do is I'm going to move this towel out of the way and put down a piece of, let's see, oops, my glue book. What I mean by glue book is the book I glue on. And I'm going to first trim this a little bit because there's a little bit of white edge. There we go. And just decide which way you want to fold it, whether you want to fold it like that or like that. Doesn't really matter. I think I'll do it like this. And you just take any glue you want. I'm going to use this Scotch permanent glue stick, which I use for a lot of things and I really like. And I am going to just glue this edge right here. Stick it down carefully. There we go. And then this flap, like that. And what I did with some of these others was I took my pinking shears and I cut across and made a deckled edge. I guess they call that. So I think that would look really good on here too. So I'll do that, but I need to go get the pinking shears. But first let's do, we could either do this one or I have actually a bigger piece of napkin paper that I already made that we could make possibly a big bag into. Let's see if I can get this whole thing in screen. Let's see. We could do it like this. Make it into a large bag largish bag. You see how the flowers are in the middle, and these ones that are on the edge are, you know, equidistant from each other. That's kind of the way you want it to look, or at least the way I like it to look. Fold this down. It's not really very even, is it? Let's try to make it a little bit more even. I guess I'm trying to rush this because it's a video and I shouldn't be doing that. I should be taking my time. So I will take my time and see how it looks. Ooh, very, very nice. Then we're gonna put our flap, our bottom flap, fold it up, and just make as much of a flap as you think you need to make the bag secure. And depending on your design, you know, you can alter it the way you like. So this is how it's going to look, and it'll take us just a minute to do. So you remember the procedure for the flaps. We're going to cut an angle on here on the middle flap and cut off the sides. An angle in the middle. Turn it around. Cut off the side flap. And then just cut this one on a slight angle. There we go. Again, you can use these strips for collaging, which I just might do because they're really pretty. So then all we do is glue our bag together, just like we did the little bitty one. So I am going to fold it. Oh, it doesn't matter. So I'll try it like this. Using my glue stick, just glue along the edge. All you need to do is one edge. I was doing some of them before with putting some glue on this part too, but I don't really think it's necessary. The bag holds together just fine without it. So slowly and carefully fold and glue, and then we'll do our bottom flap. Okay, get that out of the way, and then just fold the flap up. There we go. Well, look at that. Now that is a nice bag to use as a gift. It can be decorated, it can be embellished. So many things can be done to it, along with our little bag, our little napkin bag. I'm gonna go get some pinking shears and we'll cut the tops off and finish these off. So this is just an option. You don't have to do this at all. Or if you have other scissors that make a fancy edge, you can use those. Or you can cut it into like an arch shape, or maybe a wavy edge, something like that. Or something like this napkin that actually had a scalloped edge that I fussy cut the edges of. So you could do something like that even on a regular napkin. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just make it a zigzag top like this. And I think that will look really cool. Look at that. Very, very nice. This is a nice little bag. I love it. I love it. And let's do this one. Now you can make a whole bunch of these papers and use them, you know, you can store them in a drawer or something and make them into junk journal pages or anything that you want. I don't know if they take well to being coffee or tea dyed. They are white, so keep that in mind. But that's why I thought maybe making them into bags like this would be super sweet. So now we've got a nice, tall, beautiful bag that might fit something like, oh, I don't know what. It might fit something. I guess I'm not very much help, am I? So there's one, and there's the other one that we made. And again, here's some of the others, just to give you some ideas. Your napkins are going to obviously be different, but every napkin is unique in its own right and makes a beautiful bag or a beautiful piece of ephemera. So again, I really like this one. These two napkins, or this was actually one napkin that I cut in two. It was a big one, and it was a gift given to me, and I was hesitant to use it, but I just really liked the way these turned out, and I didn't want to cut the edge because I liked the finished edge on these. But then here's the big ones, big tall one. I was thinking maybe a bottle of wine, but a bottle of wine would probably be too big. So, but I'm sure you can think of something that you can put in these. So gift bags, just another thing that us crafters need. We're always gifting and we're always giving people things, and sometimes we don't want to go out and get some gift bags from the store, or we've run out. Like actually I have only a couple, so now I've got some more gift bags. Yeah, so if you give this a try, let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And if you are so inclined, leave a comment. I love comments. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.